It's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Here with your energy check-in. So I just wanted to, before I get started, let you know that their energies are a little challenging today, okay? We're still dealing with some of this lunar eclipse full moon energy, and frankly, I had to step away before I even channel this or even decided to channel this, just because some of the cards are going to bring up some old deep stuff. And so for those of you who have been struggling and trying to process old emotions or emotions from, past sadness, betrayal, anything that's happened in the past, things are very much still here. The energy is still here as far as the past. So there's no recent energy of any shadiness or any of these Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords come out a lot. It's come out a lot today, as has the Devil's energy, which is a lot of toxicity, restriction, bound energy, obsessive thinking. And so, I'm telling you, I was totally guided to pull out my Strength Tapestry today, and now I know why. Because I was already feeling something, and then once I pulled out the cards, it was just like, whoa, now I know. Now I know. I feel like I needed that to be able to get through it. And like I said, I had to walk away from this reading after I got all the cards out and organized, because it is a little heavy. And that has to do with this final release. I'll tell you, if you guys don't release this energy, then we're not going to be able to take that leap of faith into the Fool's journey. We're not going to be able to start at the 0 point again with the Fool's energy to make it through this next phase of the journey. So this is a very critical time of release that is necessary. And so I'm telling you, if you guys need some assistance with that, book a healing or a coaching session, or use my mantra or my healing, the meditations that I have there, because those will be helpful for you, because it is challenging. It is very challenging energy today. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the overall energies for divine feminine and for divine masculine. And by the way, if you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, healing session, purchase any of my decks, go to queenoflight1111.com. Let's go ahead and get started with overall energy for divine feminine. Death card is her card. Death card, Queen of Pentacles. So her overall energy, she is going through major transformations, major endings, okay? So there are things that she's really trying to purge and clear out. She's in the shadows. She's trying to get to the light, and she's really trying to ground herself through this process. Queen of Pentacles is an energy for me that is the closest to the Empress, but she is also this 3D queen. The 3D queen is the person who is the feminine, who really is going to help ground the connection. And she can only ground the connection once she's done this purge work, this shadow work, this finally ended certain energies, so that she can transform, transmute into, a rebirth. Right? Death card is about death and rebirth. And so there is huge energy that's still percolating within her overall energy that she's just trying to end for her journey, so that she can restart her journey from a place of being grounded and healed. Okay? So what is her overall energy? 8 of Wands. There is the energy of wanting to move forward, really, really trying to move forward. It's an energy of wanting to move forward quickly. It's also an energy, when this card comes out, it's about like drinking from a fire hose, okay? But she's in Hermit's mode. 8 of Wands clarified by the Hermit mode. It's just like, I feel like she's dealing with a lot of things all at the same time. So this could be, not only on her journey with her masculine, on her own journey in her business, in her work, with her family, friends, whatever it is, there's just a lot that she's taking in. There's a lot that she's experiencing that is putting her into Hermit's mode, so that she can continue to do some soul searching, okay? So that she can continue to evolve. Page of Pentacles, there's an energy where she's thinking about offers, she's thinking about ideas as related to her King of Pentacles. This is divine masculine. It's the match to the Queen, and he comes out as King of Pentacles in his energy. So part of it is this energy of wanting to transform, wanting to end, wanting to evolve, wanting to be in her soul search, and thinking about a potential new beginning with her masculine. But there's a lot of sadness. Five of Cups, masculine's got this too. And I feel like I just posted this on Instagram for the reading that was just very general. Five of Cups, there's a lot of, energy around transmuting the past. There's a lot that's happened with the past, and she's really trying to master her shadow side and her light side so she can move forward. And what does she want to move forward to? Six of Cups, towards a reunion, towards her soul connection. But there is a lot of conflict that she is going through as she transmutes, transforms, ends, right? There's a lot of energy that she's struggling through at this time. This was a very heavy moon, okay? It was a very, very heavy energy, and it was very difficult. And the full moon energies don't just last through the few days before and then on the moon and then it's over. No, we still have this period of release and purge that we're experiencing, and that is what's going on at this time. What about Divine Masculine? Divine Masculine's overall energy, Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. So I feel like Divine Masculine's in an energy of, I don't know. When I see this Three of Cups, it's an energy of just friends, friendship, celebration, not anything too significant. And I just feel like that's where his head's at right now. Just in the energy of, maybe indulging with friends or family, and it is the holiday season, and I feel like that's where he's focused in his journey, in his life at this time. Has any new beginning that he would want at this time? I just feel like, he doesn't want anything too heavy. He doesn't want anything too committed. He's just wanting to celebrate and take it easy and be light, okay? So first card that we get out for Divine Masculine is the Devil card. This is an energy of, remember, the Devil card with the Three of Cups. This could be him, stuck in the Three of Cups energy, stuck in the energy of just not wanting to deal with anything, okay? But when it's clarified by the Knight of Wands, I also do feel like this is an energy where he is feeling restricted from moving forward towards anything. I do feel like he wants to keep it easy, keep it light, and have fun, but I do feel like there's a little bit of this player side, this Casanova side that he's still kind of in, that he's trying to shed. But I do feel like this Devil's energy has him very restricted from moving forward towards anything right now, because he's operating in self-love. Ace of Cups. He's operating and really trying to love himself, really trying to stabilize as the King of Pentacles, because he too is going through a lot of conflict. Five of Wands that he is trying to evaluate at this time. And his wish right now, his wish is really to come into strength. Look at this, strength tapestry. Look at the dupes here, right? So we have, what do we have? We have the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. We have the Five of Wands and the Five of Wands. And so I do feel like they are mirroring a lot on their journey at this time. I do feel like feminine is in the energy of like, I can't do the same journey. I don't want to execute the same journey. I want to learn my lesson. I want to transform. I want to transmute, and I want to move forward. And so that's why she has the Death card as her major arcana. Masculine, on the other hand, is in a little bit of the energy of really trying to, numb out, have a good time, and this is the energy that kind of keeps him stuck in his ego. But I really feel like he's also kind of, if he wants to be a player, he's kind of stuck, because there's something about his stability and this conflict that he is evaluating that has to do with that maybe he doesn't have it in him at this time to be the same type of person that he used to be, and that change is necessary within his journey personally at this time, okay? So the next cards that we're going to go over is, what is the crowning energy for Divine Masculine and Feminine as related to each other? So the first card that we have around the crowning energy for the bottom of the deck is the Garden card. So if you look at both of the energies around the crowning energies towards each other. So this is Divine Masculine and Feminine's bottom of the deck towards each other. There is this garden It's taken a long time for both of them to harvest, to plant, to nurture, to grow, to oversee, to observe. And now there's a little bit of this energy is I need a rest. This took a lot of work. This took a lot of energy. So I do feel like there is some energy here where masculine and feminine are saying to each other, there's been a lot that we've gone through together, and it's just a moment while we're on our own separate journey for us to take stock of the things, the seeds that we've planted and what has grown. This next card here in the Oracle deck, this is a card of contemplation. It's a card of analysis. And so when this card comes up, it's a lot about, looking. It's a lot about kind of looking within, looking without. It's an energy of, becoming more aware of your surroundings, aware of your behavior, conscious of your blessings, conscious of your burdens. So there is a lot that's happening with the two of them while they're maybe not communicating around what have we gone through, what have we been through. And now what clarifies this is the Six of Wands, is there's this victory in all of the things that we've been through, because look at this occupation. We worked damn hard to develop this, to plant this, to grow this, and now nurture this. And before we take any leaps of faith forward, we have to sit in the victory of the things that we have gone through and experienced individually and together through our hard work before we take any huge leaps forward. Okay, when I'm telling you, it just doesn't feel like the energy is quite ready still. Okay, and you'll see that because the devil came up so much, I just feel like there's still some energy that needs to resolve around some 3D stuff. So we'll get into it. Now, divine feminine's overall energy towards divine masculine, serendipity, is the first card. Crowning energy, serendipity, clarified by the Hanged Man and community. So I do feel like there is an energy for divine feminine as related to her masculine as she sits in her garden around surrender. Okay? There's this energy of this journey has to unfold naturally, gracefully, in the way that it's meant to. And this is where she's hanging this connection is, I can't control this anymore. And I finally learned the lesson that I can't control this. He is part of my community. He is part of my tribe. This is also a little bit of energy where she may feel like she's been friend zoned a little bit. And so she's just kind of leaving it up to fate, leaving it up to God, leaving it up to the universe, that whatever is suspended and not happening at this time is because that is the way that it is to happen. Now, divine feminine second energy is this energy of this leap of faith. So while she's sitting here trying to surrender, look at this dominatrix type of energy, right? She's like, I know what I want. I know what I want. I know that I have to leave it to the universe and that I must surrender this. But then there's a little bit of this energy that comes in that's like, I want to take the next step. I'm ready to take the next step. I am this magnetic queen of wands who is in her power, and I'm ready to take the next step towards this courtship. So she's still toying between the two. Surrender, surrender, surrender. But then like, I want to take control and I want to do it. So I get it. Like, energetically, what we have to do is surrender both. We have to surrender both. Yes, you want to attract your union. Yes, you want to attract, your masculine back to you and have this courtship start over again and take that leap of faith. But this energy right now where there is the barrier and this block is that, we've got to sit in the garden for a little bit. Look at everything that you've overcome. Look at your hard work. Really hone in and ground that energy before this leap of faith is taken, because it's just not quite there for the picking yet. That energy is not ready for the picking. That union is not ready to pick. So now divine masculine's energy, he's got two aces for her. So it's not like, you may be friend zoned, or maybe you're in the energy where he's got the barrier up, but he's really trying to manifest with the divine feminine. But I do feel like it's more 5D energy. There is this energy of the heart center, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. And so this is an energy of him, Ace of Cups, really getting in the energy of manifesting from a place of filling his cup first before he offers any cup to anybody else. And this is toil and labor, a lot of hard work. It's not easy. He's not been able to get into this energy of the magician and manifestation for a while. And so what he's really seeing that right now is the self-love, filling my own cup, taking care of myself is important. And this is a dupe here to this Ace of Cups with the King of Pentacles. He's realizing in order for him to be stable and dependable and a good father, husband, partner, companion, that he must fill his own cup so that he has something to give. And he's finding that this is very difficult work. Because frankly, I feel like this cup has been filled by many other things in the past. It's been filled by, work and money and things and other people and attention. And this is his energy of filling his own cup by himself based on nothing outside of himself, but everything that is within him. His next energy, look at this, isolation, despair. There's this energy. He's really isolated himself. It's clarified by the Ace of Wands and despair. So here we have this masculine. Remember, the bottom of the deck for this card is again that energy of contemplation and analysis and awareness as he's isolated himself, as he's in this energy of, solitude and loneliness and isolation. He's very much in this me time energy, this me energy. And so he's isolating himself from starting any new beginning. So I feel like this fire Ace of Wands, he feels it from the Queen of Wands, but he's really isolating himself from her at this time because there's a lot of despair. There's a lot of sadness. That's that Five of Cups that we got, that Divine Feminine had. And here it's really reflected in his evaluation of the conflict that he just has in general, that he's created for himself. Okay. So this is why I just feel like he's in the energy. Sorry, one of my cards fell. He's in the energy of like, he's just got to take a step back. He's got to lay in that garden. He's got to see what's going on. His wish is to get his strength back. Okay. That's mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, all of those things. So two aces, but they both have to do with self-love and blocking any new beginning because he's loving himself, because he is feeling like he needs to purge some energies. And that's that devil's energy. Okay, so remember, if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, healing session, go to my website, queenoflight1111.com. Bottom of the deck for their collective energy, head, heart, and environment. So what we have for Divine Feminine is we have the Emperor card with the woman holding a heart, clarifying. She's in this energy where she's seeing her masculine as the Emperor, and she is trying to very much stay in her heart space. But look at this card, says lead. This card says lead. So when she thinks about masculine is in her heart space and in the environment, she is saying, you must come forward to lead. I will create a safe place. I will be in my heart space. I will be in this energy holding my heart for you, but you must lead. Divine Masculine's energy towards his Divine Feminine. Look at this. Devil card again. Second time. So now I know this Devil card here is for feminine. Right? He wants to go in and be this in and out energy. He wants to go in and be passionate. He's stuck in that energy. He's still in that energy, but he's stopping himself, which is good. So he's realizing it. And we'll see this when we go into the next cards. So there's this energy of temptation. He's very tempted. He's very tempted to move towards his Queen of Cups, his Divine Feminine. He's got that temptation energy to just rush in again. And whether it's, be physical or whatever it is, but this is an energy. It's an addictive energy. It's a self-limiting energy. And this energy is very much having him focus on his ego, on his physical body, on his pleasures, and not necessarily connecting to the spiritual side of what the devil energy would be, which is the Lover's card. So this is that energy where, he's very tempted by her, but he's also restraining himself. That's that Strength card. He has his wishes to be strong, to restrain as he evaluates what creates conflict. This is why he's loving himself at this time. That is what is necessary. So there's a lot of temptation for masculine to jump right in and do the same old, but I think he's realizing it. Why is he realizing it? Because the bottom of the deck for the divine masculine is the Devil and the Hermit. This is a great combination, and it's clarified by the Tower, which is saying that when he is in his soul search, he is looking at his addictions, he is looking at his ego, he is looking at his self-limiting behaviors, he is seeing the way that he's sabotaged, and he's seeing this as how he has been in an energy of lust or angry or desire or aggression. And so this energy, he's looking at himself, he's seeing the truth for himself. The Tower has come in again, and he's seeing who he is, how he's acted, and how he has contributed to the demise, okay, of this connection. It takes two people, I'll tell you that right now. So it's not all on the divine masculine, but frankly, I do feel like it was his energy that perhaps started why then feminine goes into whatever rage that she does, or sword energy. Divine feminine's head, heart, and environment, specifically related to masculine, King of Swords. She's really feeling like he is in the energy of detached, cold, but there's also this energy here of he's got to be in his honesty and in his integrity. He must have completed his journey with the World card and then take action towards her. So she's in the energy of like, she can sniff things out, because we'll see what she's sniffing out not necessarily makes it true, but there is some energy where she's like, yeah, I'm not going to put up with any of the same old energy that I was getting in the past. And I will tell you that there isn't the same old energy, because masculine is very much in the energy of looking at what he's done, looking at the past, reliving the past, experiencing, evaluating the past, evaluating his own toxicity, his own toxic behavior. Because at this point, the Tower keeps coming in for him, and he's not going to be able to get away from his own conscience and his own self-sabotage. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the headspace for divine feminine. When she thinks about her masculine, what is she thinking? Sacral chakra, woman holding a coin. Here she is, Queen of Pentacles energy. Sacral chakra is the energy of being emotional, being vulnerable. That's that Queen of Cups energy that I was just talking about. She's very much trying to stay in the energy of being vulnerable, being emotional, keeping her heart open, but being grounded nonetheless, okay? So what is she thinking when she thinks about divine masculine? So we know she's trying to stay in her heart. We know she's trying to stay vulnerable, but we know that she's trying to stand in her power and also be grounded and be nobody's fool. What is she thinking? There's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of internal and external conflict that is creating a burden. And what is the burden? The burden is that there's this imposition of people just wanting to be alone, right? There's this isolation when she thinks about her masculine. It just feels that it is imposed, like he's just not letting her in. And it is a big burden. And so what she starts thinking about is the Seven of Swords. Deception, sabotage, betrayal. And so when she's thinking, she's like, yeah, I don't have the Fool card. I can't take a leap of faith. There's deception. I don't want to start my journey in deceit. And this is where she gets stuck. Hanged Man. Hanged Man's energy is right here crowning her reading today. And so she goes back to the Seven of Swords, because that's what she has been programmed. This is what she needs to unlearn, because if we're ever going to start the Fool's journey again, it must come from a place of fresh starts. It must come from a place of innocence. If you look at this picture, when I created this deck, it's a Queen's Journey Tarot that I created. I have a baby here. I have a baby with the rainbow, because that's innocence. We don't have any sins yet. There's no karma yet. We have to start from this place. And we can't start there if we're still in the Seven of Swords energy. So this Seven of Swords, around taking a leap of faith, she's just disillusioned by it. Moon card brings up a lot of fears, brings up a lot of unknown energy, and Hanged Man again. This is where she gets stuck in her head with her masculine, which she's trying to cut out. So when she, he may not even be doing anything, but just that she is even picking this up energetically makes her want to just cut out the energy, cut him out. Nine of Wands. There's an energy of being very wounded, right? Trying to take a pause, regain your strength with the Emperor, because things are just very delicate. I just feel like the thoughts that she's having is very delicate. They're very delicate. I feel like, yes, they're also very precise, because she hones right back in on Seven of Swords. She hones right back in, and Hanged Man 2 times. That's where she gets stuck. Okay? What about the headspace for masculine? What is he thinking? Rejoice in celebration, 3 of Cups again. Remember, that's the bottom of the deck for his overall energy. So his overall energy has a lot to do with feminine. So he does. This Temple Path is all about knowing what your spiritual journey is. The Temple Path, when that card comes up, it's all about spiritual connections. It's about spiritual purpose, spiritual support. So and spiritual destiny. So there is this energy of wanting to come together, but not in a real union kind of way right now. So as he is really honing in on his soul's growth through that Hermit's energy, through the soul's process, as he learns his life lessons, you know, he wants to be casual and light and airy, okay? But as he is growing, he's not ready for the 2 of Cups yet. So now let's go ahead and drill down further into his energy when he's thinking about his feminine. And I get it, when the feminines, I know because you guys are mostly the feminines that are listening to this, when you get that kind of barrier or energetic block that you're feeling here, you go straight into that energy. But you can't go into that energy every time as your default. This 7 of Swords has become the default energy. We don't want the 7 of Swords to be the default, because that leads to the 8 of Swords, which is this stuck in that self-negative talk. It leads to the 9 of Swords, which is this anxiety and stress. And then it leads to the 10 of Swords, which is this painful, painful ending. We've got to get out of it. So what is he thinking when he thinks about his feminine? 7 of Swords. Okay, what is he thinking about the 7 of Swords? 3 of Pentacles. Look at this. When I created this deck, Divine Connections, this is about people working together to do an autopsy, to look at how they ended something. So when he looks at this 7 of Swords, what he is doing in his headspace is he's seeing sabotage, he's seeing the deceit, he's seeing the betrayal, and he's really trying to grow and learn and develop from that energy with you, okay? And he's trying to lift out of that negativity. He is silent, Page of Swords. He's delaying communication. He's an observation of his intuition. He is observing without speaking. He's observing the Queen of Pentacles. There's the Queen of Pentacles right here in the headspace. That's Divine Feminine. He's observing. He's watching. He's using his intuition. The Sun card, this is an energy about illumination, positivity, and success that he's suspending right now. He knows that happiness and success is with his feminine, but he's not ready to go into that energy. Look at how you're duping here. Hanged Man, Hanged Man. What is clarifying that? New beginning. He's not ready for new beginning. He's not ready for the innocence yet. He's not ready for a brand new beginning. He's not ready to be tender and childlike with this Fool's energy here. So much duping, because he's still looking at himself. Lover's card. So this Divine Connection, no, he's not moving towards it. Stubborn, rigid, stuck, because he's connecting with his Divine Feminine in the 3D, through his subconscious, through his intuition, because he's connecting to his higher self, because he's looking at his higher purpose. And he's looking at what the higher purpose is within this connection with his feminine. What's happening in the heart space for Divine Feminine? 9 of Cups and the thinking woman. Here's the Queen of Swords energy now. So in her heart, she's like, I have all these wishes, dreams coming true, but I'm going to be logical. I cannot be overly emotional. Okay, so this is about, I want all my dreams to come true, but I must stay in my wisdom. I must stay in the energy of understanding my past, understanding my present, and understanding what it is that I need to do that is going to help me succeed in my personal journey. Hanged Man again. Hanged Man again. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have it here 1, 2, 3 times. This is the 4th time, and masculine's got in his heart space too. 5 times. Hanged Man again. Sacrificing the connection. Oh, here, 6 times. Hanged Man again. What's suspended? Queen of Cups. She's in this energy of, I I have to balance out my emotions because maybe he's doing stuff on social media that makes me feel like my King of Pentacles is still in. Look at this, the devil's energy. You can't make this up. This is very much an energy where if there's any triggers on social media that she really feels like, I got to be smart. Yes, he's my wish, but I have to be smart. I'm suspending this connection because he may be up to the same old, same old. But this is why the Queen of Cups clarifies that, because it throws off her emotion and she knows she needs to ground. Justice card. She wants things to be balanced. She wants people to do right by each other. 9 of Wands. She hasn't given up on that yet, but she needs to. She's in the energy with the 9 of Wands, which is like you're exhausted, right? 9 of Wands, we already have it in the headspace here, clarified by the Emperor. And now it's here in the heart space, which is like, this has been a long journey. It's been a wounding journey. I need to take a minute. I need to take a minute. And I want my justice. And this is Hermit, the Hermit card. She's in this energy where she's hermiting because she just needs a moment too. Magician, she wants to manifest healing, the Star card. She does want to manifest hope, renewal, healing. And that's what she really wants to move towards as the Stallion. But she knows things need to move slowly towards any tangible offer because that's where the victory lies. Heart space for Divine Masculine. Look at this, 8 of Swords. Here it is, 8 of Swords. We go from the 7 with the masculine to the 8. 8 of Swords. And I think it's interesting, we go from the 7 of Swords here to the Queen. So she's just like, I'm going straight to learning the lesson, which I really like about feminine. So he's stuck in fear about this divine connection. Lover's card again. Stuck in fear, trapped in his own head, self-sabotaging any energy, dramatic thoughts. So let's see what's happening in his heart. So first card out, Hangman. Again, suspension, sacrificing the connection. Why? Because of conflict. 5 of Wands. That the divine is intervening. So we already have the 5 of Wands in his overall energy. This is that Judgment card, right? We have here 5 of Wands clarified by Judgment. So a lot of his overall energy is very much towards divine feminine. So again, there's the energy of suspending, sacrificing this connection because he feels like he needs to release conflict. Release the conflict in his life. And this is where that Tower has come in and he's saying the divine is intervening while I'm in the Hanged Man state, releasing this devil's energy. Next card, 6 of Swords. He wants to move towards a place of tranquility and peace. He wants to move towards union, but he's just not in his power yet. It's the Page of Cups. He's feeling very sensitive, not in his power. So he is waffling. He is waffling, going back and forth between either wanting to see her, meeting up, or whatever, because he's trying to get more information through the Hermit's journey, through that Hermit's energy. He's really trying to get into the energy of, experiencing more within his solo journey to even decide, does he want to just be friends or does he want something more? He knows there's a higher spiritual purpose to this. But there is this energy where, yeah, I want union some days, and some days I'm just not even sure. So he goes into the hermit mode about this cycle, 4 of Cups, about this cycle that they go round and round and round in. And he's really trying to perfect the target now. Perfect what it is that he wants. Really trying to clarify what he wants. Environment for Divine Feminine. 4 Swords, King of Swords. Divine Masculine. She's just trying to breathe. She's trying to release herself from any sort of mental anguish, stress, chaotic thoughts. She knows she just needs to take a beat, take a rest around this cold masculine who's really going through a lot of thinking. So what is happening in her environment as related to divine masculine? What's happening in her environment? She's really trying to breathe. She's trying to heal. She's trying to pull back. She's going through an evaluation. What is she evaluating? Deceit. 7 of Swords. Again, she goes right back to it in her environment. Deceit. She's evaluating deception. She's evaluating if he secretly has third-party energy, which keeps her very concerned, which creates an obstacle because he has displayed trickster behavior in the past. This divine connection is now creating illusions and fears about whether or not there's an opportunity to meet. Or maybe that he may even be meeting with other people. This is where she goes to. It's not the case, but this is her go-to crutch, her go-to wound. And so any reciprocity, any balance of anything small that she's offering, she's looking to change. Because the King of Wands, who needs to take action, I really feel like she's walking away at this time from any sort of desire to come together, because she's just going back to the old energy. Divine Masculine's environment as related to feminine. We have the Fool card now. She has it here. Cornucopia. He sees this new beginning as his ultimate bliss. When he thinks about his divine feminine, he thinks about this new beginning, this leap of faith, as the ultimate happiness, the ultimate abundance, just a cornucopia. So what's happening in his environment as related to the divine feminine? Knowing this is his cornucopia, what is happening in his environment? Wheel card. He's really trying to change the cycle, come into his power, use his intuition, and move towards his destiny. King of Swords. He's trying to be thoughtful. He's trying to gather his words, but he's gone within. Stalemate. He's gone stalemate. He's pulled back, non-committal towards his Empress. Stubborn, Four of Pentacles, rigid, not communicating because of sadness, because of heartbreak, because of betrayal and deception that he has displayed in the past because he was wearing a mask. And so now he knows, Nine of Wands. He's created a lot of wounds towards his Queen of Pentacles, and this is why he has isolated himself at this time. You can't make it up. This mirrors exactly that quick reading that I did on Instagram. Let's take a look at now all of the Seven of Swords energy. I had to see what was why this was coming up. I was asked Spirit, I'm like, why is this shady, old, crutch, Seven of Swords, deception, trickster energy coming up in this connection again? For feminine, it's because it's supposed to be released. For masculine, it's because I don't think he ever really looked at himself to see what it is that he did that created this Nine of Wands energy towards divine feminine, this ultimate heartbreak and betrayal. So bottom of the deck about why this is coming up. The bottom of the deck is unveiling so that we can have mental clarity, that we can release our fears, so that we can release our anxiety and finally listen to and trust our intuition. Do you see how many times the High Priestess card came up here? And feminine is all about the intuition, right? So this is really about feminine. You have to shed this energy once and for all if you want a new beginning. And for masculine, it's about you have to look at yourself, release this energy, and start trusting your intuition, that your feminine is not like anyone else that you've ever experienced. So the first card out is the World card. This needed to come up for completion. It needed to come up for integration and completion. It's needed to come up so that people can isolate themselves, be antisocial. There's a completion of this energy of being in this loneliness energy to really see what you did and why you're lonely. It's an energy to finally release this mind games, the mind games that we've been going through in this energy. It's here because we finally, King of Pentacles, look at this. We're finally releasing this disloyal, greedy, ungrounded energy. It's coming up so that we can finally break the cycle. And it's coming up so that we can finally leave the past behind and come back into a reunion with our soul connection. This is why it's come up. I'm so glad I did this. These all flew out in exactly that energy. We're releasing our fears. We're finally integrating this energy so we can ground it and release it. We're finally in this energy of isolation, right? This loneliness, this paranoia, we're finally completing that. We're completing this mind games. Masculine is specifically completing his disloyal energy so that we can have change in a reunion. Bottom of the deck energies for the connection, what we're going to start with is the theme. So what is the theme of the connection at this time? What's the theme? All right, so remember, this is where I do the theme, and then we have feminine's perspective, masculine's perspective, and then what does spirit have to say about all of this? So Kali Ma shows up. I'm not even surprised. This is my Divine Connections Oracle deck. It's the only deck that has 3D and 5D energies. And I will tell you right now, every energy that we have in the connection that's going to come out today is in the 3D. But Kali Ma is here. She's a very powerful goddess that is removing negative energies in this connection at this time. What does the feminine think is being removed? The Seven of Pentacles. We are in this energy of we're not investing. So anything that is keeping us from investing in this connection is being removed. The Hanged Man is what the masculine's perspective is. He is releasing any negative energy that keeps him from being divine masculine, that keeps him from his enlightenment. And Spirit is saying we're releasing the 10 of Wands, these heavy burdens that you've been carrying that just are breaking your back now, which is the 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands. That's what's happening. We're releasing the heavy burdens for this connection at this time because it's time to release it. It's time to release it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the theme is for the connection. Unawakened feminine. This is an energy about what does the feminine not know. The feminine doesn't know from her perspective that he is in his honesty and integrity. If she saw him as the King of Swords, then she wouldn't be defaulting to 7 of Swords because he's honest. It has integrity, but he's also not expressing, which is why Divine Feminine is like not awake to that, right? She doesn't know that he's in the King of Swords energy. What is the masculine saying about the, what does the feminine not know according to the masculine? That she is his Queen of Pentacles. She is the match to the King of Pentacles. She is his 3D queen. That's what he's saying. You don't even know, feminine, that you're my queen. And what is Spirit saying about unawakened feminine? Feminine, your heartache, this betrayal, this sadness is keeping you in your slumber. Next card, communication. This is a card of communication, obviously. What about it? Feminine saying, yeah, Emperor, you must lead communication at this time. Come to me as masculine. Divine Masculine saying, no, I'm in hermit mode. I'm in hermit mode. I'm not communicating at this time. And Spirit is saying, the Fool card. There will be an activation in a new beginning, in the journey, and it will be communicated when the time is right. Because right now, remember, bottom of the deck is this Fool card, this activation is a burden at this time. Unawakened masculine. Do you see how both of them are really shedding some energies that are keeping them from their full enlightenment? So what's unawakened divine masculine from the feminine standpoint? 3 swords. She's like, yeah, you just don't know. I feel like you're hiding a third party, right? 3 swords. Feminine saying that. That's feminine saying that. Why? Of course feminine saying that because Spirit just said here with the 3 of Swords that, yeah, feminine, you're in this energy. It's keeping you asleep. So now feminine's thinking, yeah, masculine, third party situations are keeping you asleep. What is masculine saying? I'm actually unawake to how to balance myself to move forward. I'm unawake to how the hell to move forward towards anything with you. And what is Spirit saying? He's an hermit. He's just told you that right here. Hermit card, soul searching. Spirit saying he's unawakened right now. I mean, he's awake, but he's still soul searching. He's still soul searching. You've got to let him finish the soul search. 3D card, nurturer. There's an energy of people nurturing themselves at this time. Even feminine trying to nurture the masculine. Now feminine's like, no, I'm nurturing my Queen of Wands energy. With or without you. I'm nurturing my Queen of Wands energy. And masculine is saying Queen of Cups. This was the bottom of the deck that tempts him. He feels very nurtured by your love and compassion and your understanding. And Spirit is saying, nurture the friendship first. 3 of Cups. You got to nurture the friendship. You can't go boom straight into the 2. You can't go to the 2 of Cups yet. Next card, Divine Masculine. He's in his power. He's coming into his power. Feminine's like, yeah, but you're not talking. Masculine saying, because I'm doing my work, working on myself, mastering myself, so I can come forward with the Chariot's energy. Spirit is saying, 5 of Cups. He is looking at the old wounds, those that he has created and those that he has given. His own wounds that he is experiencing and those wounds that he gave to other people. He is in that energy. New opportunities, 3D card. There is an energy for a new opportunity to happen within this connection. Feminine is saying, yeah, I'm wounded. I'm trying to gain my strength to get to that point. Masculine is saying, I'm walking away from any new opportunity at this time because I'm trying to evolve. And Spirit is saying, this wish fulfillment, this will happen. It will happen. Your wishes will come true. 9 of Cups, that's what came up for you in your heart space, feminines. So now let's drill down into the energy, into the connection. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles, the Fool card, and the Tower. So a new beginning is coming. Masculine must stabilize, though, to come into this energy of the Fool, okay? So into this energy, of the Fool to activate this new beginning. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. First card out, Emperor. He must show up as masculine. He's already showing up as the Emperor here and Divine Masculine in the theme. So in the connection, I wasn't surprised. What about the Emperor? King of Pentacles. You can't make it up. He must stabilize himself. He must change. So that is what is happening in the connection. The Divine Masculine is stabilizing, grounding himself to evolve, to change. 3 of Cups. There's the energy of keeping things light. Keeping things light. In your intuition, you know that's where it needs to be. That's where you both need to be because there is a death and rebirth occurring. Moon. There's fears, there's illusions, but there's also intuition that you know justice will come. Justice is going to be served by the King of Wands, by the Emperor in the connection. 2 of Cups, the union will come. You will move towards it, and you will both be loyal, supportive, devoted companions. Magician. But right now, what's happening in the connection? We are manifesting conflict, and this is why we are staying in the shelter and within our boundaries of hermit mode. Because this divine connection right now is a choice. It's a choice. We're making choices. Queen of Cups. She's making a choice right now. Her choice here is right now she's wanting to walk away because she's getting heavy into the old wounds. So how is feminine experiencing masculine at this time? So let's go to the bottom of the deck. We're getting ready to close the reading. Bottom of the deck energy for divine masculine and feminine, how they're experiencing each other. Mirror. You can't make it up. Mirror. The Hanged Man's energy, the 7 of Swords energy, this like you need to talk to me and lead, and he's saying I'm trying to, give me space, all this energy. You're all mirroring each other. You both know what the other needs, but it doesn't make it any easier. So divine masculine is experiencing his feminine and the energy of divine sensuality. This is why we have the Devil card all over the place for him. That's that energy of just wanting to feed the flesh, make love, erotica. So he's very much experiencing her in the root energy, right? In sacral energy as well. When she comes up as the Queen of Cups and she's in her heart space, he's like, oh my God, divine sensuality. What about divine feminine? She's experiencing masculine and keep going. 9 of Wands, keep going. Remember that came up in the headspace clarified by the Emperor. Keep going. You still have some things to go through before you can release the burden so we can start the journey again. So how are their souls evolving and how is Ganesha helping for the road to union? Look at this. Communication, steadfastness. So this communication is a big deal. But remember, communication doesn't need to just be in the form of the 3D, okay? Communication, as you all know, is also telepathic. And so when this card comes up, it's telling me that communication is very important to both of them. But maybe one is ready to communicate on the 3D plane and the other is not. So when the energy of steadfastness comes up, number 32, which is a 5, which is about change and challenge. Steadfastness is about don't waver back and forth. And don't be moved by circumstances that are surrounding at this time. Right now it's telling me communication's wishy-washy. It's kind of there and then it's not there. So Ganesh is helping both of them with this. So remember, bottom of the deck, communication, mirrored soul. So they are mirroring each other. This is divine feminine's evolution. How is her soul growing? She understands that this is her mirrored soul. She's understanding that she must nurture herself. We already got that nurture card here. And her connection. And if this in and out energy of communication is not working for her, it's perfectly fine to pull back and nurture herself. What about divine masculine? Hope. He is really trying to get hopeful. I feel like he was very hopeless and perhaps may still be in the energy of feeling hopeless. So his soul is evolving to try to get him back into the energy of hope. And it's clarified by cultivation. So he may be doing things to heal himself, whether it's music, whether it's working out, whether it's playing music, listening to music, singing, whatever it is. But there is some sort of artistic energy here, some sort of release that is helping him find his hope again, to have reunion with his feminine. Ooh, I know that was a big reading. I hope that helped you guys. And I know it wasn't, all like rainbows, but hey, I speak the truth. I am a 3D reader. And these are the energies in the earth today for your divine connection, your divine masculine, and your divine feminine. And if you want to book a reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. And if you want to purchase any of my decks, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye.